Do you want to win? Don't do a proof of concept. Most customers, they certainly in like an IT field or where there's like a tangible thing, they want to see it in action, and that's fair. Do a demo, right? Use some content marketing. It's great. Don't get sucked into this proof of concept idea. Who asks you? I ask you. Ask yourself this. Who asks you for a proof of concept? Is it typically the business decision maker, or is it the technical one that wants to see all the whiz-bang widgets and levers and the speeds and feeds that wants to satiate their interest in finding out all the things that are mostly irrelevant? Chances are it's the technical person. Now, technical people, they influence, they don't make the decision. Your success does not hinge on a proof of concept. In fact, in my experience across thousands of sales, what I've found, and this is being backed up in talking with colleagues, in competitors, same businesses, different industries, you winning a proof of concept has barely any impact on you winning the deal. The other important thing to understand about a proof of concept, and most vendors do not understand this, and if you do, you're in a much stronger position. A proof of concept is not designed to help you. Proof of concept is designed to disqualify vendors and shorten the field. So, proof of concepts are not your friend. Most of the time, the issues that you encounter on a proof of concept have got nothing to do with your product or service. They are environmental. There's something about the customer. There might not be the right, three-phase power. They might not have access to the fuel that you need. It might be that it's can't get access to the property, or it might be that some IT network thing is unavailable, or someone is on leave, right? Things outside of your control. Don't fight a battle that winning doesn't help you win the war, right? That's just common sense, right? But also know the outcome before you fight any battle. And you don't know the outcome of a proof of concept. And even if you win, it might not even help you. So, proof of concepts are not your friend. And interestingly, if you look back at proof of concepts that you've likely done, I can guarantee you two things. Most of them did not have a clear success criteria or a path forward if you were successful. And to be fair, that's really hard to get out of a customer because they don't want to give you that information because it exposes what their game is. And the other thing is that most of the time, they're not actually testing the applicability of whatever it is you're selling to solving their problem. It's functional stuff. Does it turn on? Is the red light in the right place? If I pull this cable, what happens? Right? These are things that legitimate businesses, you should be able to trust that the vendor you're talking with, when they say X does X and not Y, that is true. Right? There are certainly disreputable businesses out there, and we all kind of suffer. But this is also partly driven by the nature of those that request and execute proofs of concept. And not only that, there are significant drain on resources. Right? You have technical people, or pre-sales or engineers, spending time not selling and not billing while they do proof of concepts that, as we've discussed, largely don't matter and aren't designed to help you anyway. So if the customer wants to get a fact list and a checklist of, you say your product does all these things, prove it? Sure, do a demo. Work with your marketing department if you've got product marketing, get them to go and do this content marketing thing of getting someone else to do this for you, and you just reference it, right? If you want just like factual, on-off, true, false things, done. That is not time well spent for you. That is a drain. That is an expensive drain that is working against you. Now, when the customer asks you for a proof of concept, what you should be doing is using this as an opportunity. Well, look, you're clearly interested, get agreement. They're obviously going to say yes, because if they say no, jig is up and it's all over. All right, well, look, rather than spend time going through speeds and fees, wasting your time, why don't we actually show you what this solution would look like solving your problem? we can do that. I'd love to do that for you. You're much more likely to get a yes and buy-in from a business decision maker. And now you can start to position a pilot. Now, the other thing is pilots are paid. Pilots are not free. And certainly in technology, once software is in there or hardware is in there, it almost never comes out. So if you can get a pilot in, pilots become production. It is very rare, even in the age of DevOps, that people start from scratch again. They iterate on top of the work they've already done because they don't want to feel like they're starting from scratch and all that time that they've spent is wasted. So your chances of success are immeasurably improved if you can position a pilot. And you then bring in your best people and you do it as a paid engagement where there is clearly defined success criteria for both sides, because this is a partnership, like we're working together, that shows that your solution does solve the customer's pain. And you don't need to be as blatant as, well, if it works, you'll buy, right? Because that's just tacky, right? It's implied. Now, yes, you have the conversation, but you don't be tacky. So, understand a proof of concept is not being asked for by the person who makes the decision, and they're not designed to help you. They are there to disqualify you. Most of the time they fail because of environmental reasons that have nothing to do with your product. Most of the time they're testing factual table stakes things, not value.